GLM 5.5 might be coming early August, and that model can once again become the #1 open weight model out there, as while OpenAI just made their models up to 80% cheaper, and there are new models from OpenAI, Zinc and Magnesium, secretly being tested on DesignArena on game development. So let's get into it. And while OpenAI is making their current models cheaper, it looks like the open source labs are continuing their development, and we have some leaks on GLM 5.5. This model is expected to be around 1.6 trillion parameters, mixture of expert model, and over 2 times larger than the previous model GLM 5.2, which was at 744 billion. And this model is expected to come sometime around August, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's early August, because this model was the #1 open weight model before Kimi K3 came out. And once Kimi K3 came out, that model is basically the #1 model from China. So the competition within China, especially amongst the Chinese labs, is already pretty competitive. And it looks like GLM 5.5 is going to be a model that's going to try to take the #1 spot away from Kimi K3. And we're expecting this model to be stronger at coding long horizon agents, which is not surprising. Most of these models are geared towards that. But what's really interesting, like OpenAI, most of these labs are focusing on making their models more efficient, and we're going to see domestic chip optimization because it's using Huawei chips most likely. It's not going to be using any foreign chips, which is pretty obvious at this point. And what's really cool is that this is most likely going to be an open weight model. But the problem now with more and more of these open weight models is that they are quite large. 1.6 trillion parameters is a pretty hefty model. A lot of people are probably going to start finding that serving these models locally is going to get a little bit harder than compared to before. However, this is still going to be a model that they're probably going to serve through their own platforms. So if you want an alternative to the frontier labs from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind, I don't know if you're still using Google DeepMind, then you have options in China, GLM 5.5 being one of them. And GLM 5.2 was a pretty successful model. Even though it might not be #1 on benchmarks, it's still a pretty capable model. So if GLM 5.5 is successful as it sounds, at least at the moment, being much more stronger, 2 times larger, then it's going to be a fun model to play around with. So let's see when it comes out. It looks like OpenAI is on a roll this week because today, once again, they dropped something new. No, it's not a new model, but I think it's more important than just a new model. Starting today, they are reducing the price of GPT 5.6 Luna by 80% and GPT 5.6 Terra by 20%. And they're also giving a faster option for GPT 5.6 Soul in the API. And this is all possible because of something I talked about yesterday. GPT 5.6 Soul basically helped OpenAI make their models more efficient. Yesterday's blog post kind of showed how GPT 5.6 Soul worked on the infrastructure, allowing OpenAI to become more efficient when it comes to serving their models and reducing their cost, as well making the architecture much more efficient compared to before. And because of all of that, we are seeing that translate into lower prices for us as users on some of their best models. Obviously, GPT 5.6 Soul, the pricing is not changed, but that model was already priced pretty competitively compared to everything that was out there. But starting today, GPT 5.6 Luna is going to drop down by 80%, which is a significant price reduction compared to anything that we have seen before, at least from OpenAI or Anthropic. And if we look at it, it's not that they're just making the model cheaper. These models are quite intelligent. And for everyday day-to-day work, you might be better off using GPT 5.6 Luna and Terra unless you're actually doing something that is very intensive or demanding. And if we look at this chart at the bottom, it kind of shows you how these models are capable and they're producing at a very cheap price point. Just to give you guys an example, GPT 5.6 Luna achieves their artificial intelligence score about 51 or 2%. And what the cost would be per token would be 0.05 cents. At around the same price point, you're achieving a similar result, but you're spending much more, closer to around 30 cents on Cloud Opus 5 and GLM 5.2. About like 25 cents, and then Gemini 3.6 Flash a little bit closer to 50 cents. But what this tells you is that OpenAI's cheapest model now, GPT 5.6 Luna, is producing about similar results as GLM 5.2 on Max, as well Cloud Opus 5 Low at a significant price reduction. So that is crazy to see. Before we continue, we just launched the Universe of AI newsletter. If you want to stay on top of AI news without having to hunt for it, link is in the description. Don't miss out. Another thing to note that there is a new mode available for GPT 5.6 Soul in the API, which is their fast mode, and this is going to deliver up to 2.5 times the speed of the standard processing. But remember, the price is going to change. It's going to be 2 times the standard price. So if you have the budget to use fast mode, go ahead, use it. You're going to save a lot of time, but there is a trade-off. You're going to be paying twice the standard price. So keep that in mind. At least your benefit kind of outweighs the cost depending on if you care about speed or not. And one thing to note is that the fast mode gives API customers faster access to GPT 5.6 Soul, but there's no trade-off on intelligence. The only trade-off is obviously cost, and you're going to save a bunch of time. So that is a good thing for people who have the budget for it and are short on time or running something in a critical situation. GPT 5.6 Soul fast mode makes sense for you. And they're also saying that they're also upgrading the auto review in the ChatGPT app and Codex CLI from 5.4 to 5.6 Luna. And combined with Luna's new price, they expect the auto review to cost about 10 times less, making a lot of people's agentic workflows more cost efficient, which is another big win for a lot of users because auto review is something that a lot of people might be using. But if you're able to do that now at a cheaper cost, as well with the more intelligent model, that's a win-win on both ends. Now at the end over here is obviously a little bit of marketing, but they're saying that making advanced intelligence more abundant and affordable is central to our mission to ensure AGI benefits all of humanity. And they're saying this is all possible because of the help of GPT 5.6 Soul, because this model basically allowed them to make some leaps in efficiency. And because of those gains, they're passing those gains on through the API with lower prices for Luna and Terra and faster performance on Soul. So yeah, I think this is a big turning point for a lot of the frontier labs because so far the frontier labs have been just focused on producing the most strongest and intelligent model, but the efficiency angle was something that the open source labs were kind of attacking. And now because of the gain of popularity of the open source labs, it looks like the frontier labs are starting to take notice and they are also working towards making their models more efficient. And it looks like OpenAI is the first lab to do that. Let's see if we hear something similar for Anthropic. At least at the moment, we haven't heard anything yet. So I'll keep my eyes open. And if I get any new information, I'll let you guys know. And the 2 new GPT models that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, Zinc and Magnesium, are now live and enabled on DesignArena. And they're actually underneath the game development category. And what people are seeing with the early tests is that they're not the strongest model. The outputs are kind of underwhelming. But it could be because DesignArena's system prompt and harness is making the outputs look bad on purpose. But what's interesting is that this is underneath the game development category. And when the model was asked what model you are, it said I'm an OpenAI assistant operating here as the DesignArena game development agent. Game development agent is something that is kind of funny because Opus 5 is a model that excels at that. We've seen so many game clones from Opus 5 over the last couple of weeks. And that area looks like it's becoming a key focus for many of the labs. And it looks like OpenAI wants to address that as well. And that is why they're probably still testing models like Magnesium and Zinc on DesignArena, specifically underneath game development. And what you're looking at right now is a Minecraft clone that the Magnesium model created. And it's pretty good. It only took about 14 minutes to create this. And what we're seeing on screen is quite playable. And it added all the features. We also have the torch lights and everything like that. So that tells you that these models are getting stronger and stronger. And game development is becoming a category that a lot of these labs are competing on now. And that's the AI space in a nutshell. If one model excels at one area, we see other labs also focusing on that because they want to capture the attention over there too. So it looks like game development is going to be a key focus for the remainder of 2026. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com, as well as subscribe to the main channel World of AI, and support us on X by following the Universe of AIZ as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.